Morning.
Good morning.
Morning. Today is another round of Get Connected session. Today is 3rd of May 2024. Today we're going to talk about interesting topic, trendy topic, tax topic basically we call transfer pricings. Okay. With me, Miss Lim, why not you introduce yourself?
Hello everyone, I'm Miss Lim, Client Relation representing KTP and THK.
You're from KTP and THK, okay? So my name is Mr. Koh Teck Peng. I'm a group principal of KTP. I'm a proof auditors and tax agents. Okay, today we're going to talk about the basic of transfer pricing. We won't go into very detail, but roughly we will tell you what is transfer pricing, what is the rules, what is the timeline, and then things like that. Full TP documentation. TP we call it in short. Full is transfer pricing. Okay. Without due delay. Okay. What is transfer pricing?
Okay. Transfer pricing generally is referred to intercompany pricing arrangement in terms of transfer of the goods, the services, and also intangibles between associate person. Okay. Ideally, the transfer price should be not at the difference of market price, and it reflects the transactions as independent persons as possible. However, when there's a transaction between the associate person, it may not reflect as ideal as the market price. Because there's an exercise of controlling powers come in. So under this situation, therefore, the transfer pricing laws and guidelines came into operation where it requires companies, entity to prepare the TP document to ensure that the fairness of the transactions by enforcing the arm's length principle.
Okay, I think in short it's very simple, okay? JB, our neighbors is Singapore. I think we do have a lot of clients from Singapore to set up factories or company in Malaysia. As far as Malaysia tax authority is concerned, they always thought that when there's a related companies or whereby there's either can be holding company and subsidiary company or holding company and related companies, they always suspect that somehow to IRB, they always thought that because which country have the lowest tax rate? Singapore.
Comparatively.
Singapore. So they always thought that because of this related party transaction, taxpayer may shift the profit to Singapore. So ends up Malaysia government rugi lah. So this is how transfer pricing audit comes in. Okay. So yes, it covers normal purchase of goods or sales of goods between related companies, or it can be management fees charged by holding company in Singapore to Malaysian companies. Okay, or it can be interest. Likewise, Singapore company lend a loan to Malaysia companies and then they charge interest. Like vice versa. Okay? It's not only applicable in Singapore and Malaysia, it can be any countries. Any country as long as there's a related party transactions. This is how TP comes in. Okay? I'm going to use TP, okay? I will use the short form of TPs, okay? Okay, there's rules, right? What is the rules governing these TPs in Malaysia?
The rules governing this TP is applicable to control transaction. The keyword is control transaction, where it depends on the shareholding. If the shareholding exceeded 50%, is the first criteria. Followed by the second criteria is shareholding lower than 50% but exceeded 20%. There's a exercising control by other person in three forms. The one is the operation depends on the properties right, which is we call it IP. Example like patent, technical know-how, trademarks. And then the second one is a business activity that's influenced by that person. And the last one, the third criteria, is one or more board of directors and members are appointed by the other person in the entity.
I think let me summarize. It's very simple. As long as you're above 51%, right? 50%, sorry. 50%, definitely you are become a holding and subsidiary company. Okay. Then in accounting, when there's a 20%, okay, we not normally they will consider as associate companies. Okay, in accounting, okay. So in tax, normally they will look at the right to appoint the board of directors, the right to the IP issues, and one is
influence.
The influence. Okay, so we know about all these things already. I don't think, likewise, I don't think, is there any threshold? I don't think $1 also need to prepare, or $10 also need to prepare TP documents, right? Is there a threshold, something like that?
Yes, definitely. In the income tax TP rules 2023, it states the threshold. It divides into two parts. The first one for the goods, services and tangibles. If the gross income exceeded 25 million and related party transactions exceeded 15 millions, both criteria you met, you need to prepare the full TP document. If no, you are able to prepare the limited report. And then for the second part is the financial assistance. As Mr. Koh mentioned just now, any loans, interest charge, you provide any financial assistance exceeding 50 millions, you are required to prepare the full TP. If lower than that, limited TP documents are granted.
I think before I proceed, okay, there are two types of TP documents, okay? One is full, okay? Second one is limited. What criteria to fall into full and limited? We look at dollar and cents, okay? The first part is normal trading of goods, as I mentioned there. So we look at two issues only, okay? First is revenue. Second is related party transactions. Okay? Revenue must be over
25 million.
Okay, and then related party transaction must be over
15 million.
15 million. Okay? Then second category is intercompany financings. Okay?
Yes.
We look at dollar and cents is
50 million.
50 mils. Clear?
Yeah.
Okay. Any exemptions? Any exemption?
It's not fully exemptions, because the exemptions is applicable where the guideline need not apply to the transactions of both person which are accessible and chargeable to the tax in Malaysia. This is the first criteria, followed by the second one where you are able to prove that any adjustment made under the guideline will not affect or alter the tax payable or loss by both parties.
I know. So just now I mentioned Singapore and Malaysia. I think definitely it's out already because both country tax rate is different. But whereby when you have related companies in Malaysia, okay. For instance, your holding company is ABC Seni Berhad, and your related company is XYZ. Okay, if the tax rate is the same, say 24%. So you can prove either you tax here or tax there is the same. Why waste taxpayer money? You can argue. Okay, understand or not? Okay. Submissions of TP documents. People always ask me this question, interesting question. Okay, please.
For TP document, you are not required to submit, but you have to get it prepared and complete before the submission of the return forms for the corporate tax, which is a Form C. And also you must make sure the TP documents is made available within 14 days upon IRB request.
Yes, I know the difficulties. Whenever taxpayers or our client asks us when is the date for submission for TP, normally we will say that we wait until IRB comes. Okay, so the next question they always ask, when is IRB going to come? I'm going to say that we're going to temple and pray. Maybe we bought Simpui, it's the Chinese Simpui, okay? Maybe they can fix the date, thing like that. We don't know when is the date going to come, so as long as we get it done under the latest rule 2023, okay? I think the guidelines say very clearly, before the submission of your tax return, you need to prepare
the TP document.
TP documents. Because your TP document will be dated.
Yes.
Am I right?
Yeah.
Also, when I talk to clients like this, especially our client is SME, normally typical Malaysian company, they will say that, do I really need to prepare? Right? Of course, when you need to prepare, there's a dollar and cents involved. Okay, you need to engage like KTP to prepare a TP document or engage other third parties. No one will do it for free, right? So I think the cost factor will come in. Taxpayer will bear.
It's a burden.
It's tax burden. Okay,
Yes.
it's tax burden. It's a dollar and cents. Okay, so we will talk about in the later part on the challenges, things like that. But I think the most interesting that most of the taxpayers, especially the SMP, they will say that I don't want to prepare TP documents because it is expensive, right? I don't have that kind of budget. Or maybe the taxpayer will say that I don't think it is. I think I'm a good taxpayer. I don't think IRB will come after me. Right? We got many kind of, that's why. The next interesting question is, what is the penalty if you fail to prepare TP documents?
The penalty is...
Listen carefully.
Okay, yes.
Because today, why we do this TP sharing is we want to share to our clients. Okay. That's why in the beginning we say that this is very basic. We're not going to go very detailed, thing like that. So, what is the penalty? Okay, please.
The penalty for failure to furnish the TP document as requested by IRB is covered under the Section 113B of the Income Tax Act. The first one is the fine in the range of 20K to 100K, followed by second.
So 20K to 100K is per assignment or per year?
Per
year. Okay. So the penalty will be 20K
to 100K.
Okay. And
imprisonment up to 6 months,
okay,
or both.
Okay. And I think there's a surcharge, right? 5%.
Yes, there's a surcharge of 5%.
So basically the surcharge is going to kill the taxpayer, whereby the surcharge is based on the TP adjustments. Okay, whatever IRB don't agree, come out figures, meaning the related party transaction. Okay, so let's say 100K. Okay, 100K, this is so-called TP adjustment. Okay, this 5%. Okay, so what's the rules? Is there any rules and regulations governing this TP?
Rules and regulations.
Yes,
IRB introduced the income tax transfer pricing rules in year 2023 on 29 May 2023. Yes, there's a rules governing this.
The latest one, I think.
The latest one. Before that is 10 years ago, where the income tax TP rules year 2012, which is issued in May 2012, is 10 years down the road. So last year they came out with the updated TP rules 2023.
So I think the amendment is quite recent. This is in line with international developments, which all countries in the world try to tighten up the loopholes of tax evasions. Okay, one area is they will look at transfer pricing. Okay, come to the final part. As I say, this is what's the challenge? What are the challenge of TPs?
The challenge that we face, I categorize into three categories. Sorry. The first one is during a pre-stage, where you need to understand the guideline, the TP rules year 2023 guideline, which is approximately about 100 pages, to understand the guideline, the scope and methodologies of the transfer pricings. So for the pre-stage, we are facing this kind of challenges. Then followed by during the implementation or the preparation of the TP document. The implementation, you have to hire the teams, the capable like tax agent, professional persons to prepare the TP document. Then the time frame to get the TP document ready, the independency, the reliability of the data, where you extract the data, the sources of the data, followed by the comparative figure, the factor that compares, selects, and the result of the TP. Because my arm may not be the same as Mr. Ko's arm, so the arm's length principles is how you're going to divide the result is fair. Then at the post stage, when you complete the TP documentation, definitely reportings and the retentions of the record, where you have to review, monitors and on the risk management and control, and then followed by lastly, the IRB may come for audits, at any adjustments, and also the penalty. Yes.
I think before we proceed, why not you share what is full TP documents?
Okay, for full TP documents, I'm not going to dig in, but I just roughly let you know how many parts in the full TP document. Basically, it covers 9 parts. From the organization structure, nature of the business is the second one. The third one is the control transaction. Fourth is pricing policy. You have to determine the pricing policies. 5 is the assumptions, your strategies that influence the pricing policy, followed by the comparables, the functionals, and the analysis of the risk. Lastly is the selections of the TP methods, and apply the TP method and produce the financial information on the TP. This one is the 9 elements in the full TP document.
So basically, IRB want to know your companies. IRB want to know your group structures. IRB want to know
the transactions, control transactions,
financial transactions. Okay. IRB want to know
the price,
the pricing policies. IRB want to know, we call it the functional analysis, FAR, whereby this company is a contract manufacturing, or this company is purely or other, or marketing arm or something like that. Or IRB want to know how you want to set the price, and IRB also want to know your pricing method and compare with others. We call it benchmarking. Okay?
Yes.
Okay, so it can be quite tedious. Taxpayers always thought that this is simple. No, it's not simple. Okay? let me elaborate a bit further. Normally, how long it take to do a full complete TP documentation? Roughly, in my opinion, it will take about at least 6 months, because let me lay out the process. Okay, if you engage us to do, or you engage third party to do it, normally few process. Definitely, it will involve HOD, head of departments, interview. Okay, then second thing, it will gather some data, information, documentation. As I mentioned just now, your company structures, your group structures, your organization chart, your functionals analysis on your asset in your companies, any IPs, things like that, your pricing policies. Okay, and then of course, then the difficult part will be your benchmarkings, because you need to compare with other parties, because as Ms. Lim mentioned just now, arm's length. Yes. Your arms may not be my arms. You may say that I'm selling to third party is $5, while I sell to related party $3. Alright? How you get this $5? Normally we get from publish infos. Okay, it's tedious process. Okay, so of course, after you do a benchmarking, sometimes you have some economic adjustment. Okay, then you come out draft report, then discussions, then finalize. As I also mentioned that a TP document is supposed to be completed prior to your tax filing. Okay. One day IRB will come, I need to do a TP audit. Kindly furnish us the documents. So normally IRB will say the rules, TP rules and regulations 2023 says that 14 days. So under normal circumstances, I don't think any person, any tax agents, including KTP, can come up TP documents within 14 days. If you cannot prepare, you know the consequences, right? 20K to 100K plus 5% surcharge. Understand? Then also we talk about full TP documentation. Remember just now we mentioned about the threshold, 25 mils, 50 mils for normal transactions. You have 50 mil for interrelated financing. Okay, if you need to fulfill both, if cannot one, you fall down to limited TPs. Reports. Okay, limited, as the name says, that you don't need to prepare full documentations, whereas only IRB require 4 info. I think I leave it to Ms. Lim.
The limited reports is a category 4, simple one. Number 1 is the company information, which is the basic information of the company. Followed by the second one is the group information. Third one is the control transaction, and also lastly cover the pricing policy.
Okay, so challenge. I think Ms. Lim had mentioned challenge already, because for SME clients, taxpayers, they don't understand. They don't understand because it involves dollar and cents when you engage third party to do it. Okay, so that's especially when we talk to clients, there's a TP's impact. Some SME clients find it very hard to accept. Okay, so this is the challenge. Also, the challenge is, second thing is, just I mentioned already, the process is quite long. It's not as simple as most of the taxpayer think. This is tough. Third one is, let's say, put it this way, okay? Management fees. How many taxpayers prepare documents, agreements?
Hardly.
I think for SME, sometimes they don't understand the consequences. Okay? I always tell our clients that documentation, like agreement, is important in TP audits. Likewise, like management fees. This year you charge 100K. Next year you're going to charge 200K. What is your basis? Is there any agreements? Most of the basis is based on turnovers. Which IRB? 99% don't accept it. Right? Go back to management fees. Of course, you need to prepare a cost-benefit analysis. You need to tell IRB what kind of function they perform, what kind of duty they do. So it's not simple as based on turnover. Okay. So anything, Ms. Lim, you want to cover?
Mostly we cover the basic of the transfer pricing. Yeah.
I think, as I said, this year 2024, IRB will focus on e-invoice, which is going to come soon. Akan datang. Okay. So next issues is IRB is going to more on TP audits. So I hope this, what they call a short info, will
Aware.
yes. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Goh.
Again. Okay. So bye bye. Thank you.
Bye.